Hello and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Prem de la Creme podcast. Wow, some movers and shakers this week. Boy, I tell you. We have Norway, Ivory Coast. We had Germany, Paraguay. We had Netherlands, Morocco. And all of them were great games. Here to review those and preview France, Sweden, England, Congo, and Mexico, Ecuador is to just stale, what's the word? Stalwarts of the Prem de la Creme metaverse. I have with me official Uzi Ahmed. Firstly, how are you doing today?
Good, bro. Good, bro. Some lovely games that we witnessed. Uh, Knockouts are paying, bro. They paying out early on. At least we haven't had a boring game as yet.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can agree with you on that. And Mac, I know you probably watch all the games. How have you found them so far? The knockouts, that is.
It's been good. It's getting good. Like I predicted, imagine I predicted 1-1 for Brazil and them to go to penalties and stuff. But every other game besides that went to 1-1. And obviously the previous one. But imagine 1-1 going to penalties seems the norm. So if you boys want to predict a penalty shootout, just go 1-1 and pick a winner. You'll get some.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Well, yeah, I mean, we spoke about Brazil, Japan yesterday. I'll be honest, guys. Today I'll be low on energy because I'm tired as hell, and this isn't a black eye. I've got one of the Max specials. So yeah, bear with me
Mine
today.
is still there. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you just firm it. I'm being such a little bitch about it today. But anyway, let's get into the games. The first game after our podcast yesterday was Germany versus Paraguay. Obviously, Paraguay took a surprise lead. We all said Germany were going to go through. Then Kai Havertz got a big header. And Jonathan Tah also got a big header. But some Asnad defending tactics got absolutely nerfed. That went out the window. And it went to penalty shootout. And I thought that was the worst penalty shootout ever. But I was incorrect, right? And not to do any foreshadowing, because there was an even worse penalty shootout which happened. But we'll get onto that later. Ozzy, I think you might have watched this game because it might have been just before your bedtime. What did you think of the Germany-Paraguay game?
Oh, bro, lovely watch. Honestly, I said Germany would go through, but in my heart, I wanted them to drop out, and drop out they did, bro. Honestly, when he went to penalty shootout, what did they go 3 in a row, Paraguay, before they missed?
Yeah, they went 3 in a row.
Yeah,
And they had
I
three
thought,
chances to win it.
I thought, okay, that and they kept fumbling the bag, bro. But luckily, they managed to do it, and I honestly was happy because it takes out one of the bigger teams for my team to eventually face, which is Portugal, because we are going to the final.
Fairs, bro. Mac, I think worst penalty shootout ever. Worst penalty shootout till the later penalty shootout. That's a fair shout, no? You're muted.
Sorry, guys. I said it's up there, but huge credit goes to Paraguay. They insisted the whole game. They didn't hold off. Literally, you've seen teams like that sit in a low block, then counter, but they actually gave the game to Germany, and they were always on the front foot. And Ciso, I don't know if you heard the commentator and Cecil, but he was the bright spark for them on the field and created many opportunities and a top goal from him. And Germany got back into it. And then we all know what happened. Like Hamza mentioned, the Arsenal rules. And it was very light, but end of the day, his hands were around him. It's a foul. Germany could have won it. Like they went to penalties. It was quite stale. No one again wanted to win the penalties, but eventually Paraguay came on top.
Go for it, bro.
I just want to say something about the German players' mentality, bro. No one wanted to step up and have balls to take penalties. Kimmich is asking them, "Do you want to go next?" All of them are saying no. He asked Goretzka like 3 times if he wants to take a penalty, and he just shrugged him off. He didn't even reply. And then that's when Jonathan Tah stepped up and skied him. Like, bro, you play in the World Cup. You a big nation. You've won the World Cup in your history. Show some character, man, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, look at it like this, right? 2014, they win the tournament. 2018, out in the group stage. 2022, out in the group stage. 2026, right? Great start. 2 really big wins. Then lose to Ecuador, and nobody grabbed the game by the balls, Ozzy. I don't even think, forget the penalties. Nobody grabbed the game by the balls for Germany, which was so strange. I know the centre backs defended really, really well, but I mean, like, man, how disappointed are you with Mac? How disappointed are you with Kai Havertz, Florian Wirtz, Jamal Musiala? How disappointed are you in their performances?
Yeah, bro. Those players you just mentioned supposed to be their core players, which are supposed to step up to the plate. Germany are dependent on them, especially since they're not blessed with defenders. As you can see, Kimmich is playing right back, left back. We have man like Romes, but you know those guys are never going to offer you anything. So you need your specialists in Wirtz, in Musiala to be delivering for Havertz to score. Havertz got a goal. The slightest of touches count to something, but they need to step up to the plate if they want to stake a name. You know, we always say we got this player, that player. If you want to be the household name, you need to show it on the biggest stage. And if you don't go and deliver, unfortunately, that's why you'll get shat on. And clearly, this is Wirtz living to his 140 million price tag.
Yeah. I mean, he did create a couple of chances, but this is just Florian Wirtz all over, man. When the game is calling out for Florian Wirtz goes hiding, right? He is giving me very much Phil Foden system player vibes, right? Like, if you expect him to grab the game by the balls, he's not going to do that. If you give him the right system that he can flow in, as he did in the first couple of games, he could do something, right? And I think Antonio Raiola really needs to take a look at that, right? And see if Florian Wirtz can fit in a system and build around him. Not because he's good, but that's how you're going to make it take use of that asset. But then you also have Alexander Isak, who plays in a different way as well. So I think for Liverpool, it's going to be an interesting conversation, but that'll be a topic for a later date. But man, they were so poor, man. They were so poor. I know the centre backs of Paraguay were good, but even when Paraguay got out, they couldn't get the ball off them. They actually, like, Germany could not get the ball off them, and yeah, it was incredible. One thing I did really like seeing though was the Arsenal rules being enforced, right? Because I don't think it was a foul personally. I don't think it was a foul on the goalkeeper,
Same.
right? But the fact that Arsenal have been harassing players for months, all season, right? If this is what needs to happen in terms of people saying, hey, that's a foul, even though it's not really a foul, to stop Arsenal doing their bakwas, bro, I can take it. I thought it was a fair goal, but I think in the holistic picture of football, it was a good thing that happened. And at the end of the day, man, when it came to the penalties, Germany had a chance to win it. They had a chance to save it. And Jonathan Tah, man, he did, as Mohamed Azhar put so eloquently, he did his best Gabriel impression and put it so far into the Boston sky. Like, I genuinely don't even think it's come out of the airspace yet. It went so far back. I'm thinking, how did you even do that?
Yeah, it's shocking, especially as a professional footballer. I'm sure you've been practicing this day in, day out, going into a major tournament. And like Uzi said, even not able to, having the balls to step up is poor from that side. Ultimately, I think you have to blame the coach there, because it's on him to instill that belief in his players to step up even for penalties. I know people say, yeah, if the players are not feeling it, don't give it to them. But you need to enforce that belief from the training ground. If you don't do that to your players, you're not getting the best out of them.
Yeah,
Another
bro.
thing I want to say, bro. I remember when before Carrick got appointed United manager, and I'd said I'd take Julian Nagelsmann at United, and you told me he's a big fraud.
Yes.
It's really showing, bro. It's really showing that he's been with this German side for so long, and he has such good players at his disposal, but not having deep runs in tournaments is crazy. For one of the biggest managers around currently, with the players he has, it's not having any deep runs is mad. It's really.
I actually
really
don't
crazy.
blame him, to be honest. I know I said he's a fraud, but I actually really don't blame him. right? Because what I saw in the Ivory Coast game, when Ivory Coast was kind of on top of them, and they could have let that game go, right? Jim, like he was the one I could see on the sidelines. He was the one screaming, barking at the ref, barking at, like almost like Jesse March did against for Canada against South Africa. He was the one driving the team forward, right? It's this German team, man, because Hansi Flick got bumped by him. Joachim Low got bumped by him. Nagelsmann got bumped by him. We need to get to a point where we think all these players are as good as we think they are. Is Wirtz really that good? Is Musiala really that good? It pains me to say it, but Kai Havertz seems like the best player on Germany. And I'm thinking, if Kai Havertz is your best player, bro, it doesn't matter if you have Pep Guardiola or prime Alex Ferguson, man. Like, you're not going to... I don't know what they expect to do with this team, you know? Like, the midfield is lightweight. The defense is Jonathan Tah on his own, bro. And Manuel Neuer, man, like, it's such a horrible thing for him to have gone through because he left after 2024. He shouldn't have had to come back, man. He really shouldn't have. Right? And he's come back and he's had an absolute stinker, which is not his fault. But the penalties that they took yesterday, Jonathan Tah, I hate to say it, Nick Voltemada, and I knew Kai Havertz, by the way. When I was watching the penalty, I was like, he's going to shoot it that way, right? And the keeper's going to save it. He does that exact thing. Does this nonchalant, lazy penalty, right? If it goes in, it looks great. If you miss it, it doesn't, right? But yeah, man. And they almost got away with it. But no, Ozzy, I know you're happy about it, but I think this is the thing with upsets, bro. You're happy in the moment because you're like, oh, yeah, Germany are out. But now it means we're going to get Paraguay, France, which is going to be a stinky game. I don't think Germany, France would be much better, but at least there'll be some sort of narrative. Paraguay, France is going to be a horrible game to watch. Absolutely horrible.
You're going to see the nastiest
demolition derby, bro. Demolition derby. But you know what, bro? I thought about it, right? But the reason I was happy is I can use my quad multiplier that game. Smart.
Oh, yeah, true. I didn't even think of that. Thank you for mentioning that to me. But yeah, that was the Germany Paraguay game. Let's quickly jump to the game that just happened because I know a couple of you people were putting it in the chat in terms of Erling Haaland. I'm going to hand it over to Ozzy first, man. What do you think of this Ivory Coast-Norway game? Obviously, it ended 2-1 to Norway, but I think, in my opinion, Ivory Coast dominated large parts of this game. What were your takeaways from this one?
No, I like I said yesterday, I'm really sad that Ivory Coast didn't win because they played really well, especially my boy Amad Diallo getting that absolute beautiful goal, bro. Chings everyone, cuts back in on his left foot, and he puts it away. I'm like, right, it's time, boys. Ramp up the pressure, and we got this. And I mean, for them to concede that goal, where you're leaving the most dangerous box striker in the world, leaving him free like that, bro, it's always gonna hurt. And like we said, Erling Haaland does what he does best, which is score. When you give him a chance, he'll eat it. So it's really unfortunate because I also feel like they dominated large parts of the game. But it's a sore one because I wanted another African team to go deep into the tournament.
Mac?
I feel it was a game of two halves. First half, Norway won the ascendancy. Second half, Ivory Coast really took it to them. Ivory Coast, I feel like, will be disappointed at the end of the day because they deserve more from the game. They put more pressure on the Norwegians, and clearly you can see attack after attack. They were getting closer and closer and closer, and then eventually they get their goal, but bro, Norway hit back same time. Like, didn't even give them a time to rest. 88, I think they scored in the 87th minute. Normally we wait till the 90th, but we've seen these daggers in the last 2 days. But Norway hit them early, not early, but the earliest part of the latter stages of the game.
Yeah.
And you still I had some sort of belief Ivory Coast could still come back because it was 7 minutes. I felt maybe one more. And I saw Amad Diallo pick up the ball at the end of the box again. Tried the 1-2, but when that happened, I was like, no, this is done. Unlucky to Ivory Coast. They fought their hardest. They gave their best. Norway, I don't think were the better team, like I said. But I see them doing well going into this tournament. We've seen the first, I think, how many games have they played now? 4. And they've scored like 11 goals. your first campaign after what, like 1919, you're getting 11 goals in 4 games. Shit, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So, Norway have a very good chance, especially I might be backing them against Brazil, but we'll get to that at another time.
That is going to be a tasty one. That's going to be a tasty encounter, man. But yeah, I think it's kind of a cheat code. It's kind of a cheat code when you have Nusa. Bro, first, let's be real, man. That game did not come alive till like the first 30 minutes. Nicholas Pepe and the boys were all over Norway. And then randomly, Nusa gets the ball like on an attack and then just goes, yeah, let me just cut inside and put it top ins. Like, that finish was absolutely ridiculous. And even in the second half, bro, like, Norway were nowhere to be seen. But Amad Diallo comes off the bench, saves it on the line, which was like, should have been a goal. And then that little ching, ching, ching. And then goes in the net. Oh, bro.
Brilliant.
A beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
I think the commentator said it best. First time in a while, I heard a commentator say something good. What the Nusa goal, he said that was reminiscent of Neymar. That his idol was watching Neymar growing up, and that was perfectly put to a T. That type of goal. So yeah.
No, it was an unreal finish, man. Unreal finish. Yeah. I mean, actually, back this one, I wanted to ask you. I know obviously Pav was a big against Norway dropping their team for the France game. How did you see that affecting them this game?
I didn't actually see a change, in all honesty. I saw the same levels they played every single other game besides the France, obviously. I don't really see a big difference. I felt, like I said, I don't feel a big difference. Maybe going into the latter stages, it could help them with more energy, but I don't really think it will play a big role because remember, after this, they still have to wait another 10 more days for a match. So I don't know if it's the brackets after they beat Brazil. If they beat Brazil, they play England. So I think they're on the harder stage, so harder side. So if they go further, maybe it affects them long term, going on the harder side of the brackets.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they won against Sweden, won against France, they would have played Sweden, then they would have now played Paraguay, and then would have played Morocco. So it would have been probably an equally as difficult run, to be honest. Like equally as difficult quarterfinal, Morocco and England.
Yeah, but they could have made it a bit more easier instead of more pressure from the round of 16. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. They've got the job done, though. Ultimately, if they dropped their whole team and lost today, it would have been this. And to be honest, I thought the performance was shocking. I actually thought the performance was shocking from Norway. The defense, obviously, they set up to defend, but like, man, Ivory Coast, they should have butted heads a bit. But at the end of the day, they got their job done. And if it wasn't for like the fine margins, bro, we could be on this podcast now saying Ivory Coast, man. They knocked out Haaland's Norway. But Haaland, bro, he's actually just inevitable.
Bro doesn't even have to hit the ball clean and he still goes in the net.
Mate. Sorloth, by the way. Sorloth was absolutely stinky, but Haaland, man, he's just a problem.
Begs the question, why isn't he starting Oscar Bob instead? Why is he insisting only with Sorloth? Because he's a bit too rigid to be playing on the right-hand side.
I don't think Sorloth, I don't think Bob has been that impressive to me this tournament.
No, but he still offers you a bit more in terms of going one-on-one with your defender. Sorloth, on the other hand, Sorloth, on the other hand, he gets the ball, he tries to take the man on, he loses it, he falls over. That's something. Is a bit like a Haaland regen playing on the wing.
But it's almost like he's waiting to lose the ball. That's what I feel like when I watch Sorloth. He's actually just waiting to lose the ball.
He's like the perfect super sub. He must just come on, bro.
But yeah, as you said, they march on to play Brazil. That'll be an interesting game. I think that's next week. So we will see.
Yeah.
Was there anything else to add to the Ivory Coast game?
Nah, broski, I think we can move on.
Wait, I have a fun fact actually. When was it? 15 years ago, when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I messaged Arsenal on Twitter to sign the keeper in Ireland because I saw him play in the under 20 World Cup. Imagine how crazy that is. That's one of my memories I remember from like 9 years old. So interesting fact.
First, man. We love a fun fact. And he made a really good save today. To be honest, that Amad Diallo
Yeah.
strike, bro. If he'd scored that free kick, wow! Like right at the very
That
end,
was crazy.
that was nuts, bro. Great strike, great save, but unfortunately,
If
Ivory Coast lose their first knockout game.
if that went in, Uzi will be spamming this whole chat.
Bro,
What you call it?
if
TikTok,
Ahmed Diallo's
everything.
free kick went, would have been absolute beauty.
Yeah, that would have
Honestly.
gone nuts.
So,
Yeah.
That would have actually gone nuts, bro. But like, yeah, Amad Diallo, bro. Like, he's proved his worth this tournament, just about right at the very
he
end.
does it
He's-
every international tournament. Even at AFCON, he was really good. And then when he came back
Yeah.
to the Premier League, he slumped. So I hope
think
he can
Ahmed
take
Diallo's-
this form, bro.
I think he's a different animal in Ivory Coast compared to United.
Yeah. And he has the same amount of freedom as well. So I just hope he can take this and transfer it into the next season.
He just needs Amarim to become the Ivory Coast manager. Then he'll be unlocked, bro. If he became the Ivory Coast manager, Diallo is unlocked, bro. AFCON, mate. You need to be scared. Trust me. But yeah, that was the Ivory Coast Norway game. Let's move on to the Netherlands Morocco game. Now, before we jump into that, did either of you boys stay up to watch it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I was out cold, bro. I was sleeping like a baby.
I was dossing too, bro. I was dossing too. But go for it, Mark. Go for it. Tell us about that game.
There was only, I want to say there was only one team in there to compete, and the better team won. But that will be unfair to the Netherlands. Netherlands gave their fair share in the first 20 minutes, but after that was just Morocco, 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 Morocco. I said Morocco would at least go into a low block. They did that in the second half for even though they were losing, they went into a low block for like 10, 15 minutes. And then after that, they were like, okay, time to go again. And they went finally right at the end. Issa Diop with a big header to equalize. And I mentioned Virgil van Dijk in the preview about putting his bum out. Okay? This guy didn't decide to jump, didn't decide to put his head, leg, anything up. He just stood there and watched the ball go to Issa Diop. Boom, goal. Bro, you were supposed to be the elite of elite centre backs. 3 years ago, you're supposed to win a Ballon d'Or. But to be defending on the world stage in that magnitude, in the final second to hold on to a lead, just to hold on to a lead, there was no gumption in him. He's your captain. Netherlands, your captain. Your pride and joy. And he let you down. They should be 100% let down by this guy. He needs to give them all apology because that was bad. They win that game. They sneak a 1-0 win out of nothing. Literally out of nothing. Because Morocco, from the 20th minute, they were on it. And then going into the penalty shootout, another case of no one wanting to score the penalties. Every single penalty was bad. Did you see Quentin Timber's penalty? That is by far the worst penalty I've seen at the World Cup so far. The way he dragged that so bad. And then this is when you're catching fans out on Twitter, but Urian Timber just missed the worst penalty. Another Arsenal player. That was crazy. But anyways,
it's the same gene pool, bro. Same gene pool.
But then everyone thought Hakimi is going to step up, win this game for them. And what does this guy do? He is supposed to, and then it gives back into the balance. And then finally, Morocco won it in the end. And the better team deserved it on the day. So well done, Morocco.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were shouting out Netherlands. And shout out Cody Gakpo as well, man. Obviously, his partner has a miscarriage. I thought he got injured, but I thought he got injured when he scored, but I didn't realize he just went on the floor crying. I was like, why is he crying? But yeah, so shout out him, man. He actually always stands up for Netherlands. But yeah, man, Van Dijk, bro, that is
questions, bro.
Another, like, bro, your team needed you. As you've just said, Mac, like they were about to scam. They were about to scam their way to the next round. Brother, all you need to do is stop Issa Diop, right, from scoring a header, and you couldn't even do that. Genuinely.
He literally just watched the ball. He didn't make an attempt. Well.
Some of the penalties were like so unbelievably dog shit. Uzi, you're on mute, by the way.
I want to know when Issa Diop switched nations, bro. Because I swear
just before the World Cup.
Yeah,
before the World
honestly,
Cup.
Did he not
When I
play
saw-
for France?
yeah, I thought so. But when I saw him against Brazil, I was like, is this like some like FIFA career mode like nation change? What? Like, what's going on here? He seemed like so French. But yeah, I think Mac's gonna find out for you. But I think it was before the World Cup because I'd never seen him play.
It was just before the World Cup, so he changed. I think just before the World Cup, he played one friendly match and straight into the World Cup.
Shit, I just went to go look for this what this thing. This must by Tumba. Holy shit. The keeper literally he didn't even dive, bro. Literally walked off. And he still dragged it so far wide.
That was horrible.
Jeez, bro.
That's the worst one. That's just number one.
But interesting game, I think, in the end. Because now Netherlands are out. That means that they went out in 2022 in the quarterfinals, 2018 they went there, 2014 out in the round of in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals. Yeah, semifinals to beat Costa Rica. Man, these Dutch, bro. I can't wait for the corn flag comes back on. Because when the corn flag comes back on, he's gonna get it, bro. Because what was he seeing with Netherlands, man? They're the most fugazi team ever. They have all the names. They've always had names, bro. What have they ever done with it?
Imagine even at one stage, Van der Vaart came out and said, why are all these Dutch players going to play for Morocco? We can clearly see why. We can see who's the better country, who's the better team, who's going to deliver on a better stage. If they call you, bro, you're going. You're not even thinking twice.
Yeah, you say Van der Vaart? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an idiot, bro. He's just straight idiot, man. Because, bro, this isn't 2010 anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there's quality everywhere. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. What do you think of Bunahi then? How was his performance?
What he kept it ticking. Boadi. He kept it ticking. He did what a 6 needed to do. He did his role. Nothing too fancy. That was about it. I think the Moroccans in general, they just stuck to their game plan, applied themselves, and executed it brilliantly.
That's what you need to do in football to win a game. So, big up the Moroccans, mate.
If one more thing, like if Morocco somehow beat France in the next round, okay, well, they're gonna beat Canada, okay. I'm not saying Canada too lightly, but they're gonna beat Canada. They're going into the quarterfinals. If they beat France, I think Morocco has a massive chance of winning this World Cup.
Nah, honestly,
bro, I said this. I said this on Sunday. I said on Sunday, Morocco and England were my final. Genuine. Because, France have all the attacking depth in the world, right? But we just need them to have one bad day. And what team has caused bad days for good teams this tournament? Morocco, right? They've done it to Netherlands. They've done it to Brazil. They've done it to plenty of teams before. Why not France?
Yeah.
Give me one more day. But then when you play England, bro, like just chill in it. Just chill. I need Tommy Tuchel doing this.
Yeah, but I'll be backing them all the way. Them and Senegal are my two teams now for the World Cup.
Yeah, well, Senegal are about to get bounced. And talking of them getting bounced, actually, we won't be talking about them in this show, as you. We'll talk about them. You guys will talk about them tomorrow. The first game that's happening today, France-Sweden. Let's do a quick preview on that. I don't think there needs to be much to be said. But what are you guys excited for, especially in this France team?
I think how much can France do, bro? Is honestly.
I was just gonna say goals.
How much does French team assert their dominance and put fear into the opponents that are upcoming into the knockout stages for them? That's the real question.
The thing is the question should be: is Sweden going to put up a fight today? It's a knockout stage game. They've never been here before, but like we said, they scammed their way to get into the World Cup. Everyone does deserve to be at the World Cup, however you got it. But apart from that first game against Tunisia, they didn't look the best. So I ain't giving them a chance in this game. I think they're going to get battered.
I think I predicted 4-0. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let me actually pull up what everyone predicted. It's actually
I
interesting.
think I predicted 4-1.
I think I also put like 4-1 or something, or 3-1, something like that.
But you know what I want? Real talk. I want to see Douay have like a Douay game, like Douay against Arsenal in the semi-final of the Champions League in 24-25. I want to see one of those games, man. I've seen a Dembele masterclass. I've seen an Mbappe masterclass. Now I need to see Douay. I need a Douay Barcola masterclass. I need one of those. And I hope today is that day. But what everyone has predicted is Uzi's gone for a 3-1 France win. Mac's gone for a 4-1 France win. Noah's 3-1 France win. Mo 3-1. Pav 4-1. And Hamza has gone for 4-0. So he doesn't even think Alexander Isak's going to score a goal. That stupid prick. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see Victor Coquerez and Alexander Isak on the first flight back to the UK. But score predictions. I know we have those, but what are your score predictions?
Go on, Izzy, go on.
I honestly think if Sweden get it extremely wrong at the back, bro, it could be 5-0. Because they don't have the like world-beating defenders. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I could argue even if they don't get it extremely wrong at the back, they'll still catch it by. That defense is not the best, bro. So
I was
I
trying to
don't
be
give them a
but
chance at all.
respectful to them, bro. But like, okay then.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with a lot of goals. 4-1.
Yeah, I agree. But I think you don't really run away in the knockout rounds, actually. I don't think games really go into like absolute, like one of these. So I'll just go 3-0. Comfortable little 3-0. It's 2-0 for a bit, then they make it 3-0 towards the end. That's how I see it happening. Because they've got to pace themselves, They've got round of 32, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. They've got 5 games to go, if they want to win the World Cup. So it's not just about destroying Sweden. So I would go 3-0. But that is the first game today. And the second game today, and now this is where man with ball come into it and say, this is an interesting game because it's Mexico versus Ecuador in the Azteca. Obviously, Mexico are at home. They've got all the fans on their side. They've got the altitude on their side. But Ecuador come from Quito, and Quito has a high altitude as well. So they're not exactly going to be scrubbed. They had a great game against Germany. It's nullified them completely, basically destroyed the whole tournament. The Mexico coming off the back of 3 straight wins in the group stage. Mac, the coach, the tactical canvas. Break down this game for me. What do you see happening? What can you foresee potential happen?
Like you said, the altitude. I think this is the altitude derby we're going into. Mexico have been good, but they haven't impressed me a lot. The one guy you have to look out for though in that team is Lira in that 6. He has been the shining light. Then on the other side, Quinones. However you pronounce that guy's name, that guy will just pick up the ball and shoot from anywhere. He's one of those like raw players. Get it, sees the goal, he hits. Obviously, Jimenez is one to look out for, but I think Mexico is gonna be in for a shock here. Ecuador, as long as they don't play Eno Valencia, I think they get over the line. He might play, maybe I'll take him off at halftime, but I think Mexico will lose to Ecuador today, especially going into those wide areas. Mexico love their fullbacks to push up as high as possible, and Ecuador can nullify that. So I feel it will be good for them in that place. And Caicedo needs to make an impact in this game. He did it against Germany. He needs to show it now against the Mexicans, because Mexico is the host. You need to stake a claim. You want to get through. You're a big game player. Go out and show it.
No, 100%. Rosie?
Bro, you know what? I hold my hands up. I said that Ecuador were going to go home against Germany in that group stage game. But they proved me wrong, bro. They absolutely proved me wrong. So, honestly, I don't know what to expect now because every team that I'm doubting, they're proving me wrong. So I really don't know what to expect. Other than it could be a really entertaining game, as we said. Altitude is the same and all that. so conditions won't play a heavy part in it. They won't collapse like Bafana in the Azteca. But I I kind of have I don't know, some weird favoritism to Mexico. So I'd want to see a 2-1, but at the same time I won't be upset if Ecuador pull an upset and knock out a host nation.
Mm.
I don't even think it'll be an upset, to be honest.
Yeah, the two evenly matched teams. I mean, realistically, Ecuador have more firepower, right? I'm very impressed off the
Yeah.
back of their game against Germany. I was saying to the boys on Sunday, the way that Caicedo changed that game in terms of like the momentum of the game, in terms of basically running that midfield on his own. Honestly, he ran that midfield on his own and set up his team to be successful. When they got rid of that schmuck up front, Enner Valencia, and brought on Rodriguez, mate, it was a complete different game. And yeah, I think if Rodriguez started from the start, maybe that game might have been 3-4-1. But in the end, they only won 2-1. I think this could go either way. If I wake up in the morning and it says Mexico win 2-1, I can see that. If it says Ecuador win 3-1, I can see that. It's a really 50-50 in that sense. Like everything is open. So realistically, you should say it will go to penalties, and then the team that you want to win wins, right? Which for me would be Ecuador. But I can see this being one. I'm gonna say Ecuador win this, and they win this in the 90, and they win it by 2-1. I just see Moises Caicedo is just like boys. I've got a Moises Caicedo fetish, man. The guy is just really good at football. Like I don't know if you know, but he's actually just a really good football player. And then obviously you've got Pacho or Donez, the two quality players. Pacho's performance against Germany was just like top tier. They got Angelo, they got Rodriguez, they got Yeboah, man. They've got enough firepower to make it past Mexico. And the weird thing that I'm scared of is if England make it past Congo tomorrow, oh my word, Ecuador versus England in the Azteca, that could be a problem. I seriously think that could be like, we could be getting to DEFCON 3 or 4 against Ecuador, But one game at a time, guys. One game at a time. But what is everyone's scoreline prediction for this game? I've gone for 2-1 Ecuador.
I'm going to go with 1-1, penalties, Ecuador win.
Ozzy.
Oh, I'm thinking Mexico win it in extra time, 2-1.
Okay.
You cut out there, Ozzy. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. I said that I think Mexico take it to extra time and win 2-1.
Okay, first. So we're going for tight games, but 2 Ecuador, 1 Mexico. We'll see what happens. Well, I'm assuming Mac will stay up for that game because he's a football aficionado. If he doesn't, bro, then he doesn't care.
Mac is a freak, bro. Mac is a freak as well.
Man, got coaching tomorrow early in the morning, so the bed will be needed.
Yeah, bro. After this, I'm going to bed. I'll probably miss the France-Sweden game. But the final game that we will be previewing is England versus Dr. Congo. How about I start with myself? Me, myself, and I. Let's go into this, right? Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Declan Rice. They're your keys to success. Those guys come together, we should be able to defeat whatever low block. The low block against Ghana was unpenetrable, and we didn't manage to penetrate it, but Kane had a chance. Nico O'Reilly needs to start. Jude Bellingham needs to start. Harry Kane needs to start. And Declan Rice needs to start. You put whatever players around him to make that work, I'm fine with. And obviously Pickford, yeah? Put those players in there, and I'll be happy. My front three would be this. Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, and Anthony Gordon. Having Rashford and Madueke come off the bench a bit later. And then you're looking at a midfield of Rice, Anderson, Bellingham. Or Rice, Kobbie Mainoo, Bellingham. I think Kobbie Mainoo needs to start, personally. I think the guy is so good. I think we'll need him to carry the ball. I think his eye for a pass is maybe, like in tight space, and maybe a little bit better than Elliot Anderson's. And I think when you're playing against low block, you'll need that. You won't need to recycle it as much as 120 million Jordan Henderson. But Ozzy, talk to me about this
Bro, I've
game. What
been
do you see happening? And
screaming
do you
for
agree with
Kobe
me
Maino.
with Kobe?
I've been screaming for Kobe Maino from the start of the tournament. And the other day you told me you don't need Kobe Maino against a low block. But he's so good when it comes to those tight spaces, bro. But I think Rashford deserves to start, honestly. I think he
No,
deserves to
man.
start over Gordon, bro.
I mean,
I think
Rashford
he
is more
deserves
impact.
to start.
No, man. It Gordon had one bad game. One bad game against
Yeah.
a really good defender, right?
Yeah, but
Rashford
Rashford has
in
had
the
a good game
90,
ever since he come on, bro.
Rashford against Panama was like, he was nothing, bro. Against Panama,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
And I know Panama
He's
actually
one of
all right.
the, he was one of the players that performed better.
I would rather him come off the bench. That's also why. I think he's better off the bench than Anthony Gordon because he'll use arrogance to get the best out of him, right? And if we need it, he'll be there to sort of like get us over the line. But yeah, I mean, Mac, I don't know if you saw, but Rooney's been very big in the English media saying that Mainu needs to start. Mainu needs to start. Where are you on England's midfield?
I think I am with y'all. Like, Mainu should start. It's about time he gets a shot. I was actually surprised I didn't see him against Panama. Because,
Bro, how are you playing Jordan
bro,
Henderson in that midfield?
it's who they feel most comfortable at the end of the day with the managers. I know it's not favoritism, but in a way, it kind of is. So Mainu for me, I would start him. But I know you mentioned Saka. I don't think Saka is starting today either. Or tomorrow, sorry, either. It's gonna be Madueke starting for him. I think Saka is still suffering with the Achilles injury, and that's one injury we can see why he's been having the season he's been having. And I've tried to back him, and unfortunately, those are injuries that you can't recover from in the short term. So I see Madueke starting, so you'll have to deal with that, unfortunately. But
Twinkle toes.
Congo, on the other hand, they have a good low block. The only thing with Congo is if they don't get Visa into the game, they don't finish. So as long as you keep the ball away from Visa, you're good. Congo can't do anything else. The midfield can get ran over eventually. The fullbacks, you got Aaron Van Bissaka, spider legs. That guy, it depends which version you're getting. Okay. When he's on it, he's on it. And when he's off it, he's a bad player. So it depends which one you get him. So,
bro, he's the best 1v1 defender, man. Everything that
bro, you're holding on to
not the
2021. He's holding on to one game against Mbappe. 29.
Bro,
You're talking about Crystal Palace,
Mbappe,
bro.
Bro, he's literally mops up everyone that he's come up against.
No, but he doesn't, bro.
I think
he actually doesn't.
I think it's actually good for if Anthony Gordon is coming up against Wan-Bissaka. It's more of a familiar face. He knows his ins and outs. I'm sure even his previous clubs, he's been through what's his strengths, what's his weaknesses. So it will be much easier compared to when you go up against another.
Like Rashford would be better, bro, because that was his United teammate. That's literally his opposite running man in training, bro.
Yeah, so it's better, bro. You start Gordon, you take the life out of him, and then you bring on Impact and kill him after that. What more do you want? Just hit it like.
But if Congo can cause an upset, bro,
I don't think they're going to cause an upset.
I don't see that happening, bro. The thing is with England's defense is we give up way too many chances, right? I don't think we're very strong at the back. Like Panama, we're like this close from getting a goal, right? I think it would have made it 2-1, right? That was England. Ezri Konsa running into right back for some weird reason. He's always been good for England, but this tournament I've not been super impressed. For that reason, I'm not 100% convinced that England will go right to the very end and win it unless Tuchel fixes it. But these are things that Tuchel will face because we've got to look at it like this, lads. For any team that's winning the World Cup this tournament, they've played less games than the games that they will play. Right, so they're going to play 5 more games. Whoever wins it's playing 5 more games, 4 or 5 more games, right? And they've only played 3 or 4, right? So most of their games are in front of them. So there's a lot of space for things to change for England. But this is just a must. Obviously, every knockout game is a must-win game, but this is a must-win game and a must-win game comfortably. I would say just get a little 2-0, get a little 3-0, and then we can wait for our recreation of the Croatia performance, right? But I don't want no Slovakia 2024. But Jude Bellingham has to do some bakwas, like doing an overhead kick in the 94th minute off a throw in from Kyle Walker. I don't need to see that. I don't want to see that. I want to see 2-0 easy. Morgan Rogers comes off the bench, does nothing as per usual. Eze does nothing off the bench as per usual. Like, I need to see that, right? Because the game's already wrapped up and won by Harry Kane and co. But yeah, what's our score predictions for that game?
I'm gonna go England to win this 3-1.
I was thinking the exact same thing, though. That or 3-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-0 England. I just get the job done. If we can win by like 5 goals, yeah, great. If this could be our Croatia game, I'm happy. But I don't see it happening. I will take 2. But as long as we move on comfortably, that's the most important thing. But yeah, those are all the games that we previewed and reviewed. I don't know. Yeah, we haven't missed any. So we'll be back on tomorrow. I won't be here. I'm going to take medical leave, right? Because this eye is really, really hurting. So I'm going to take medical leave tomorrow. Maybe get a training session in, whatever. But these boys, these two, plus, and I can confirm with you right now, Mac, Uzi, Mo, Nawaz is the lineup for tomorrow. So if you like Mac, if you like Uzi, if you like Nawaz, if you like Mo, make sure you're following and make sure you're here tomorrow. They will be live straight after the England game, which I will not be watching. Right? So I don't know when I'll be on, to be honest, but to talk about that game. But hopefully there's nothing to talk about. England won 2-0. It's a boring game. Why do we need to talk about it? That's what I'm looking for. But I want to say thanks to my boys, official Uzi Ahmed and Mac. Is there anything that you want to say to the people before we go?
They need to follow along because we got banger content coming out. So they need to be part of the journey, bro.
Yeah, be part of the community. Lock in because we got for you.
Yeah, man. As I said, the tournament's basically the halfway point. The best half is coming. If you enjoyed the first half, the second half is way better. So, yeah, man. Sequel is better than the prequel. We will see you tomorrow for another episode of Prem de la Creme. Thanks for watching. And follow all these boys as well. And we will see you soon. Goodbye. Okay.
Hamza, tomorrow I don't think I can.